Interval fasting. Interval fasting is you just actually have a fasting by not eating anything on a sporadic basis. You're not actually regularly conducting fasting by not actually keeping anything. You just actually remain empty stomached. You just remain on an empty stomach. Tips to the doctor. Fasting to the wrong day of the time by practicing irregular fasting, the actual diabetes risk can actually be elevated. The risk for diabetes can be significantly elevated by not actually keeping, fasting on a schedule to practice irregular eating and fasting by having an empty stomach. Which actually timeline for eating a meal would be good? And when one should actually keep on an empty stomach. Now, over the issue, a doctor for the Natural Alternative Cure Science, Professor Andreas Michaelsen, informs us how to practice interval fasting in a right way by not actually risking ourselves to have a greater damage for diabetes. Interval fasting ist in Mode meinte. Intervallfasten ist der ganze bevorzugte wie ein Kultur. Das kriegt eine neue Kultur. Intervallfasten ist ein neuer Kultur. Das wäre sehr wahnsinnige gesucht bei vielen Leuten an diesem Moment. Raynaud syndrome. White fingers by coldness. By cold. That's exactly what my sister experienced. When the hands actually get really cold, really white in coldness, that means when you actually, get exposed to cold outside, then your hands and especially fingers somehow actually get really, really white to be so whiter and transparent. And these actually also involve paint. And this would actually be considered as Raynaud syndrome. In certain cases, there could be a lot that actually stays behind the symptoms, leading to the chronological symptom. Because it's not something that you experience on an occasional basis, but it's a more like chronological disease that should be diagnosed with. Because some people actually, pile or a petition for pain, but that's not the end of the story. There could actually be, much greater, tougher seriousness.
Blutleere Finger, Leichenfinger, sagen manche sogar. Unter Kälte und Wind, bei Berührung mit kaltem Wasser oder dem Griff ins Kühlregal, verfärben sich die Hände.
So, so-called bloodless or blood disconnected hands or white fingers, you actually call it. Sometimes you get exposed to cold outside for a long period, or sometimes you actually put your hands in a cold water for hours, or you actually even get in touch with the much cooler objects inside the fridge or freezer, doesn't matter. Whatever that might be, you just actually somehow get overwhelmed with icy cold by endangering your fingers. So this is really the symptom that has been noticed as Raynaud syndrome. And this requires medical attention.
Heike Bichel reicht schon ein leiser Luftzug. Im Moment merke ich das auch schon wieder. So, der Finger wird auch schon weiß, der Finger wird taub, kribbelt ein wenig, dann wird das erste Glied weiß, dann geht es auf die anderen Finger über und plötzlich ist die ganze Hand, also bis zum mittleren Glied.
So first it starts with, a one simple finger. The finger ends would actually be somewhat less responsive. It would actually be really unresponsive to be dumb. It would actually be, not really activated, as if in a motor and a muscular nerve ends would be not responsive. Then it would actually, response to, or it would actually get spread to different fingers. The rest of fingers also be in that condition to actually cover up the entire white dissemination to affect the rest of the hands, then both the hands would actually be completely under the siege of a bloodless situation. Because so-called the bloodless disconnection, the white hands, because you don't really have a proper blood being brought to the ends of the fingertips are remain very much unaffected by the blood circulation, then these symptoms somehow quickly picks up its pace. Oh, what am I missing? Gelenkerschmerzen? How you can actually handle your pain for joint and articulate through the arthritis. You experience a regressive rheumatism or arthritis. Let's try to actually see that. You can actually prevent it with a handle with a cortisone. You can actually injecting cortisone. Many actually visit doctors, and the doctors actually may try to handle or mitigate the pains from arthritis or joint with the cortisone shots by injecting cortisone that would be expected to alleviate the pains from rheumatism or regressive arthritis. However, this therapy only helps us shortly with no lasting durability, and it could also have side effects that could be avoidable but not yet clarified at this moment. Because many doctors really try to actually inject and give a shot for cortisone. Cortisone would be really similar to cartilage. This type of substance would be gelatinous. That would be injected, and this would be effective for a short amount of time with no lasting sustainable power to alleviate and placate the burden of rheumatism by joint pain or The tricks of the drink industry. Truly naturally beer or fresh refreshment drinks. What is truly inside in it? What's been included in it? I mean, what is it about? Zohiller discovers inside there is an expert to figure out, put a veil upon the true facade and the tricks of the marketing powers and the leading industry, which actually fools us, using their refreshments and beverages. What are those truly about? The tricks of the hospitals. No, me too. A lot of people have anxiety when it comes to going to hospital. One totally unexpected destination to be stayed is hospital. Moderator Joe Hiller discovers one's own team the tricks of the clinics. That means the university hospital in German, right? And the actual entire health development branch. Healthcare branch and health services branch.